Thanks everyone for coming to the Salesforce Data Analytics Meetup. We do this every other month here at Geekdom. And the next one, I don't know if we're not going to do one in October because Dreamforce, but probably first week in November, so we'll skip a month. Anyway, my name is David Hecht. I'm the organizer, so thanks for coming. I have a couple apps on the Salesforce App Exchange, App Frontier. It's a payment processing app for Salesforce. You can charge credit cards and do recurring billing from Salesforce. And CloudAmp, we've got a couple of Google Analytics integrations for Salesforce lead tracking. I want to thank Yesware for sponsoring, and Geekdom, where I work, for hosting. And Rachel's going to say something about Geekdom.
Hi, I'm a Rackspace employee. My name is Rachel, and Geekdom is actually Rackspace's initiative for startups. So we rent out our space and our hosting services for startups. Whitney and Bob, they are pretty much our head honchos over at Geekdom. They're the ones you can contact. Their business cards are at the front desk, and I can also help you out with that. So yeah, if you have any questions, please let me or David know, and I'll be over at the desk if you need anything. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, if anyone's a developer, has a startup, and looking for a cool place to work, it's a fun place to hang out. So let's get started. We're going to have Andrew Hall from Yesware. He's the, I'm going to mess this up.
Customer Confidence Manager.
Customer Confidence Manager.
Ridiculous.
Which means that he knows about the product and helps customers, I assume.
Basically, yeah.
So, and thank you for sponsoring the food and drink and the meetup. Appreciate it.
Pass on word.
Yeah.
So I will preface this by saying that I am not a data analysis person. Wow, that is some weird resolution. Let me fix that first. I run our support and account management teams, so my specialty is knowing how the software works and making sure that it works. So what I'm going to show for you guys is what we do, how we do it, what it looks like when it integrates into Salesforce, and then things that we have done with that data for our customers. So I can show you some neat things that we do. If you want to know about exactly how we did that, I'm not sure I'm the perfect person to talk to, but I can definitely get you in touch with the right people while I try to figure this out. Can somebody? Is this my maximum resolution on this thing? That's crazy. All right, so I'm going to be scrunched up in this little tiny window, but that's okay. So what Yesware is a browser extension. We're compatible with Chrome and Firefox, and we integrate directly into Gmail. We just launched about a month and a half ago our beta for Outlook, so if you're on Outlook, we're now available for that, but it's not going to have quite everything that we're going to go over here. Once it is integrated into Gmail, it's going to look something like this. This is my real inbox, so read our secrets while you can. What we're really designed for is to enable a salesperson to get more data about people that they're prospecting to, and then empower the sales managers to understand what's working during the sales cycle so that it's easily replicatable, and they can scale the business based on knowing what actually works with their sales reps and their prospects. The way that we do that is through a variety of different tools, whether that means capturing data into Salesforce, or it just means making the sales reps' life easier and speeding the process along of the things that they're doing every day. That's where our features come in. So it's really meant to be right within Gmail. We don't want to change what people are doing. There's a lot that's not within Gmail on the analytics side, but for a day-to-day sales rep, this is what their screen's going to look like. We do email tracking. Open tracking, so we can know when somebody has opened an email. Link tracking, so we can tell if somebody's clicked on any links contained within those emails. And we also have attachment tracking, so we can tell you if somebody has downloaded any attachments that you've included within that email. All of those things are individual data points that can be captured and then put into Salesforce, organized against the contact, lead, account opportunity, whatever object it happens to fall under, and then analyzed, because we sync those things in a very standard format, making reporting very simple. So a sales rep might do something like send off a tracked email to a prospect. They might not have made contact with this person before. They see that they opened the email 3 or 4 times. They know that that person's engaged, but maybe they're not replying back to the email. A second message off to that person might push them enough to respond to the message and start that talk for the sale. So tracking is really kind of the core of everything, and we'll see how that sinks into Salesforce in just a minute. We have a reminder feature. This doesn't really have anything to do with Salesforce. You can follow back up on emails automatically. You can schedule your emails to go out at a specific point. So one of the things that you'll see is a report in Salesforce about what the optimal time to send an email to somebody would be. And so you can schedule your emails to be sent to those people at the appropriate time. And then probably the item that captures the most data for us would be this template feature. So like it or not, when people try to sell to you, really they're just going through their cycle. They're sending you that first email that they know that they're going to send you. They're waiting to see if you respond. They send you a second email that they know they're going to send you. And so the like it or not part is that most of the time when somebody sends you an email, even if it's personalized, it's coming from some sort of just standard template. So people are doing this anyway. Why not make it a lot easier for them to do it? So we've created templates. You can just save your messages, your most commonly used ones. So mine aren't all that interesting because I do support, so I can tell you how to uninstall. I can tell you how to clear your local storage. Nothing all that interesting. But if you're a sales rep, or if you're a sales manager and you have a group of people who are consistently sending out messages to prospects and this is leading to actual sales in your business, you want to know what messages the sales reps are sending out that actually resonate with people, that actually work, so that you can hone in on the messaging that really works and gets you closed deals. So every time a sales rep uses one of these templates, we make a note of that, and we say this email was sent with this template. And so every individual template has its own open rate and has its own reply rate. That's going to be based on a sales rep's actual usage of it with actual prospects that they have. So this isn't us guessing, hey, this is going to be open 50% of the time because it looks like this other message that you've sent out. It really is the same email. We're analyzing it based on your real usage of it and telling you how effective it is. That we'll also see in Salesforce. And then a sales manager can use that to say, oh, well, David, my sales rep has this really effective template. Everybody on my team should have it and share it out to everybody. Now the Salesforce integration comes in. We'll see some reporting at the end, but from a sales rep perspective of a person actually using the software, it's really meant to be kind of seamless. We have a sidebar over here that pulls in Salesforce data. So what we do is once a night for everybody that has connected Yesware and Salesforce, we find out what objects, what fields to expect on those objects, and we just have a nice sorted list of those. That way when you open up this sidebar and we look somebody up, we're capturing those values from Salesforce and filling them in. It makes it nice and snappy because we know what to expect. What this does is it pulls that Salesforce data into Gmail for me. So if I'm a sales rep and I'm going to be sending off an email to somebody, and I'm going to do just my personal Gmail account because I know I have a Salesforce contact in there, it looks that person up and it displays their record for me on the right side. So as a sales rep, it becomes really, really easy to have your Salesforce data there. If I need to look up what this person's title is, I can do that. If I want to see if we've granted them a trial in the past, I can do that. All of my important information is here. What people really like from a CRM compliance standpoint is that if we don't find a contact or lead, go ahead and prompt you to actually create that contact or lead so your Salesforce data actually becomes really reliable. Your sales reps are using it. They're keeping track of the people that they're communicating with. Now let's get some stuff into Salesforce because that's really our bread and butter. We sync your email data into Salesforce automatically. So anything that a rep does is just going to get synced into Salesforce against the contact, against the lead, and then if there's appropriate for it, an account or an opportunity. So this is all done without the sales rep having to do anything. You connect Yesware and Salesforce. It takes about 30 seconds to do. And then there's this nice little CRM button down here that's going to sync my data in. So if I send an email off to my Gmail account, which I have as a contact, and say, this meetup seems to be going really well. My cursor's down there. I hope they like Yesware. So I'm going to send my email off, not do anything special. Sales reps are doing this hundreds and hundreds of times every day. I'm going to have to resize this Salesforce window in a minute. But for the sake of looking this up, and show you that what we're going to do is we're going to find the matching contact or lead. and we're going to create an activity in the activity history indicating specifically what happened. And that's going to happen when an email is sent, when a reply is received, so an inbound reply comes in, we'll sync that into Salesforce as well, and then all of the tracking data that we capture goes into Salesforce. All of this coming in a really standardized manner. I forgot that I'm actually in a different Salesforce org. I'm in our demo Salesforce org, so I can't show what the sync looks like right off the bat here. But it creates a, oh wait, here we go. Nope, I didn't do it. Anyway, what we do is we create a task under the activity history, so sent email, a reply, any tracking data. Each one of those individual points is captured as its own task. That way you can come in and analyze that on a lead level, on a contact level, accounts, or opportunities. So that's all I'm going to talk about for the product. Now let's take a little bit of a look at some of the things that we've done in terms of analytics. So this is what we've designed for a sales manager. This is a dashboard that a sales manager would be using to look at the activities of their reps. This is just our Salesforce demo account, so there's only 2 people in here. We have Channa, going as Chanimal here, and Ariel. Just very simple meetings booked by rep. That's something that I forgot to mention in the demo. We also integrate with Google Calendar, so any calendar events created get synced into Salesforce the same way that the emails do. So you can just keep track of how many meetings your reps are booking, nice and easy. Email engagement by rep, this is a pretty interesting one. We're going to break this down into how many emails they're sending, how many emails are being opened, and how many replies they're receiving. So if we look at this chart specifically, we can see that Channa and Ariel are sending about the same number of emails. They're being opened about the same amount, but Channa has a substantially higher reply rate. That means that the content of her message is a lot more effective than the content of Ariel's, and the sales manager might want to go to Channa and say, what are you using, what are you sending out, let's standardize it. Total emails sent by rep, we have it broken down by untemplated emails, emails that you send out as templates, and then emails that you send out as mail merge, which is our kind of large-scale marketing tool. I'm not going to talk about that. It's not all that interesting for this context. So in this case, Ariel's sending out a ton of untemplated emails. Channa's got a good balance here, but Channa has that better reply rate. So maybe Ariel needs to focus less on sending off individual emails and use the language that's been standardized for the team. This is one that gets asked for by our customers all the time. Templates used on deals that closed won. So we take a look at your closed won opportunities. We see what templates were sent to those opportunities over the course of the sales cycle. We say these are the templates that were used on won opportunities. That way you can know, even on another level, which ones are actually contributing to the chances of that deal closing. I mentioned that sent time of day and open time of day. We can see here just that analysis of when people are actually opening messages. That really ties into that scheduled email feature. I say in my demos all the time on the West Coast that it's really helpful. If you're prospecting into the East Coast, you know somebody always opens their email in the morning. There's no way you're waking up at 6 a.m. to send them an email, just schedule it the night before. It'll go out automatically. So that's, this is a sales manager's dashboard. We have a specific template dashboard as well, because like I said, template's really big data point in knowing what's working for sales. So on the left-hand side, it's a little scrunched because of the screen resolution here, but template name being sent to a CEO or a VP, which one's the most effective template in terms of getting a reply. Templates that were sent to CEOs, or another breakdown of templates sent to CEO or VP, and then templates used on closed won opportunities. So there's a lot of different ways to break up this data and analyze it. Sorry, I changed a little bit about this today, and now I don't quite remember all of these things. So sales teams metrics, this is just more reply rate, open rate, click-through rate, attachment download rate. So it's a way for a sales manager to really analyze not only what's working, but what their reps are actually doing. Last part that I'm going to show here, no idea if I'm anywhere close to half an hour. But here we are. We have a Yesware opportunity score report. This is an experiment that we ran last quarter, so this is not something that we're really doing for our customers right now. But we talked to 5 of our pretty much biggest customers, and they gave us permission to go ahead and do this. What we did was we imported some of their Salesforce data, of course after they gave us permission to, and we looked at their last 1 year of opportunities. We sorted them by closed won, by closed lost, and then we analyzed what happened for each one of those opportunities. to see what was contributing the most to the chances of that actually closing. And so this is the part where it really shows that I'm not a data analysis person. When my product team was running me through this report, they told me that if anybody asked what the p-value was, to just say that I don't know. So that's basically what my level of understanding here is. Also, these numbers here, unfortunately, this is just kind of an export, and I don't have the actual source data under here. So the numbers are a little goofy, but in principle, you understand what we're looking at. So we took a look at all of these closed-won opportunities. We said, what's contributing to these actually opening? And what we found was multiple opens of single emails. The more people go back to a specific email, rather than just doing transactional back and forth all the time, the more likely a deal is to close. And that could be somebody going back and opening a proposal a bunch. It could be people going back and forth internally trying to figure out if the language of the legal part is okay. We're not sure about that, but the more people open 1 or 2 emails rather than all of them, the more likely that deal is to close in the case of the 5 customers that we took a look at. What we then did was we took that model and we applied it to all of the opportunities that were open at the time, and we ranked them in their likeliness to close. And so that is where I have some fake data where none of this is really accurate. But if I wanted to, we have a full bridge opportunity, I could click on that. It's going to tell me what stage it's in, how old it is, if it has a dollar amount associated with it, what activities have been performed against that opportunity compared to the benchmark that we've established, and what the deviation is. Also, it gives us similar deals, so if we want to look at other deals that were in the same kind of category as this, we can look at those, and then we rank it on likeliness to close based on activities against that model. Yeah, that's kind of it. I think that's everything that I wanted to demonstrate. I'm more than happy to take questions, though. Yes?
Andrew, this data is really cool. Is this going to become part of the product? Or?
We're strongly leaning towards it. Okay. It takes a lot of manual processing right now. Right. We also, unfortunately, lost the data engineer that originally designed this. We're hiring. Yeah, so this is a plan. Specifically, the product manager that ran me through this yesterday said that she is going to be lobbying very hard to make this a Q4 actual report that we can generate for people. I shouldn't say that we can generate for people. We've generated this for people. We just don't have it in production in the product. I can't promise it, but it seems pretty good.
I've never seen leads form based on email data. That would be pretty cool in Salesforce.
Yeah. Yes?
It seems like, at least the first, well, maybe all of it, but the first part you showed could be repurposed for what you do. Not only for
Yes.
sales, but, and you even said you use templates and so forth. And do you do effectiveness measures and do people, I mean, in a way, for what you do, you kind of want them to not reply again.
Right.
Like they have the question answered.
So a lot of the templates that we create are specifically for the support aspect of what my team does rather than the account management aspect. We do have some templates for renewals, and I also do a lot of churn outreach, so I kind of test month by month what email is better at getting people to respond to me finding out why they churned if they haven't told us already. So it has been helpful. Another thing that I do is I do have a report. It's not anywhere near as flashy as these dashboards, and it's in our production Salesforce, so I can't pull it up. But we assign accounts to ourselves when we become the account manager for them. And so I do have a month-by-month report of reps on my team, accounts that they manage, and monthly touches for them. So if there's one account and we know that it's big and they only sent maybe 3 emails to them over the course of March, maybe we want to spend a little bit of extra time focusing on them in the following month. You have a question?
The open tracker and the link tracker, does it work if you BCs or CC someone else?
That's a good question. If you do have multiple recipients on the email, the tracking does work, but we can't tell you specifically who performed that action. It's a limitation of email tracking across the board. It's really meant for one-to-one communication. Yes?
So will Yesware track everything I'm sending from Gmail, or just if I use the templates that Yesware?
Oh no, we track everything that you send from Gmail, assuming that you leave the track button here checked.
Okay.
We did also, in addition to the Outlook product, about 3 months ago we released our iPhone application, which also has tracking in Salesforce Sync.
Cool.
Yes.
Is that posted Outlook or
It is
Office Outlook?
it is Office Outlook 2010, 2013. One thing that I can't demonstrate, but I just remembered when David mentioned the phrase lead scoring, is that we do have an integration with Marketo in Salesforce. It's not a true integration where we're doing some sort of API exchange or anything like that. But we have figured out ways to make the Yesware data that gets synced into Salesforce adjust the lead scores that are contained within Marketo. Any other questions?
Yeah, I got another one. Can you show us like template management, what
Yeah.
that might look like?
So template management, there's really three options when you're directly within Gmail. You have a recently used category, make it nice and easy. You can click on the little heart to favorite things. And then under the all category, you actually have two distinct places where you can save templates. There's a personal category, which would be yours, ones that you have created yourself. And then the team categories, which are ones that managers of that team have standardized out across people, so ones that have been shared to you, saying basically, I think these are effective. And then when you click on the All Templates button, it's just basically a different view. You do also have a leaderboard, so when you're a member of a team, you can see what other people are using, how effective they are. And for instance, if I think that Christine on my team has this really effective link tracking template, I can click on it, just go ahead and use it. It's got some broken images in it, so maybe it's not all that effective, but that's what I can do. And then the team template sharing aspect of it, I guess that's another relatively interesting thing because we're talking data analytics. But we do have template reporting directly within our application as well. Switch to the correct team though. Where we can see uses of templates by their reply and open rate as well, and then just click quickly with one click share with the rest of the team.
What's the pricing?
What is the pricing? The pricing for our most basic version, which is email tracking, templates, reminders, and scheduled emails, it's $10 per user per month. For our team edition, which is all of that with mail merge, which is that mass mailing tool, it is $20 per user per month. And our enterprise edition, which integrates with Salesforce, is $50 per user per month with $40 when paid annually.
Just sort of a data question. Do you guys find that it is true that certain emails just work better than others? A lot of companies, or for some, does it turn out, well, just sort of random, all the emails work kind of really well or equally bad?
When you say work, do you mean the tracking, or are you talking?
No, I mean the wording of one.
Yeah.
Turns out, after all this analytical stuff, really it turns out that Bob's email is really just better than yours.
It depends on the company. Some companies are really kind of steadfast in their use of template standardization. I have one customer that says, turn off the ability for people to create their own templates. We only want them using the ones that we've shared to them. And then we have other companies that say, we've got a couple of really good writers on our staff. We'll let them figure out what is good. And when they create this template that's really working for them, we'll share it out with the rest of the team. So it's company by company. And where that content comes from also varies. It could be coming from marketing, it could be coming from product management, or it could just be sales reps sitting down and coming up with what they think the most effective thing would be.
You guys can come out with a set of white papers about stuff we've learned, from our customers about how to write better emails.
We do have a little bit of that. We don't do too many white papers, at least not yet. We're kind of getting to that point where we should be doing white papers, but our blog is very non-product focused. It's more sales focused. We do have some blog posts on that topic. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Andrew. That's very cool. While we're waiting for our next